some football questions, because there was another overlap of a player that you shared with the Minnesota Vikings in 2009 and 2010.
Bront.
His name, for those unaware, is Brett Favre. Look, I've covered this extensively with the Mississippi welfare scandal. When you first learned about this, what was your reaction?
My reaction was, God damn it. Because the thing is, playing with Brett was like, he was just such a great competitor, and you knew he was going to leave it all out on the field. And I think it really inspired a lot of guys for them to leave it all out on the field. And then you learn about the fact that like he's doing all this other shit. And it's just like, why can't you just be a good person? Like you've made so much money. Why are you trying to take money away from poor people? Like you didn't need to do that. Like, why are you sending dick pics to reporters? You didn't need to do that. Like, it's really not that hard to be a good person.
Right. That's what gets me is the dick pics to Jen Sturger, which he denies, the Mississippi welfare scandal. He will say that, well, first off, it's still, even though there is a lot of evidence to it, allegations. But in Minnesota, I believe that there was another instance with a massage therapist that was somewhat underreported. So to go back to your point, I think it's that there are so many athletes that have different lives outside of football.
Mhm.
And
Right.
what really, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, and so I was going to say, like, the thing that I think people that aren't in football don't understand is that we spend a lot of time together in the locker room, but we don't really, most of us don't really spend a lot of time with each other outside of the football world, right? Like you might have a couple friends that, yeah, you get together and hang out with them, but for the most part, it's like those are your work buddies, right? Like they're not like your buddies. And for example, I played for, I think it was either 2 or 3 years with Darren Sharper.
Oh,
I had
yes.
no idea Darren Sharper was a serial rapist. Like, I don't think anyone had any idea that's who Darren Sharper was, because that's not how he acted in the locker room. And that's also the case for a lot of abusers, right? Like they have their public persona, they have their public front, and then that disguises what they do on their own time. I mean, look at all the guys defending Deshaun Watson. Like,
Totally.
how can you defend him? Like, it's ridiculous. But again, you're not around him in his private time, and abusers rely on that. Like, they rely on that appearance of propriety, because they can point to these other situations and be like, oh well, I'm a good guy here, like, so these people are backing me up, so obviously I couldn't have done that.
Hmm. Did you, I believe it was Old Deadspin who published it. Did you hear the voicemails that Brett Favre allegedly left for Jen Sturger?
No, I didn't hear those ones.
Okay, maybe don't.
I'm sure they're probably pretty bad.
Yeah, they're really bad. I remember Old Deadspin because I was interning for CBS Sports Chicago 670, and they linked to an alleged pic of his wiener, and then
Mm.
they also published the voicemails that Brett allegedly left for Jen Sturger. So yeah, it was just a lot of shit.